Hello, welcome to US History B Unit 5. I love this unit and it always just kind of weirds me out because the last part is some stuff that I remember happening, and so that's always kind of bizarre. Okay, so lesson 21 is about Nixon and what happened during his presidency. He was a very, very good leader. He went to China, and that was a really big deal. And during his presidency, there was a moon landing. I actually wrote a paper in college about whether the moon landing really happened or not. I really actually think it did, but anyway, it was an interesting paper to write. Because of the Watergate scandal, um, Nixon ended up resigning from his office, and I think that really changed America a lot. I think at this point. So then President Ford took over from Nixon. Lesson 22 is about the Reagan Revolution. It talks about Reaganomics and kind of the 80s and just the idea of encouraging investment and stuff like that. Reagan Doctrine, which was going on. Also, Reagan was the one who said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. I actually read an article in Reader's Digest years ago about that speech and about how it was written and, going back and forth between what should be said and stuff like that. It's really interesting to read about president's speeches because they don't write them anyway. So super interesting article about that. So then we talk about the New World Order, the end of apartheid, the LA riots, what was going on then. We talk about the history of the internet, which we're all grateful for, right? Especially with this school, right? We talk about Bill Clinton and the things that he did during office. We talk about the attacks on Columbine, and of course, since then we've had a lot of other really scary attacks on schools as well. And we talk about the "Don't Ask, Don't Tell" thing. So, interesting stuff. For this unit, I need you to make a project for me. I'm calling it the Bloodiest Century Project, and I will show you the project, okay? In this news article, the 20th century is described as the bloodiest century ever. The author of a book about this subject says, three things seem to me necessary to explain the extreme violence of the 20th century. These may be summarized as ethnic conflict, economic volatility, and empires in decline. There's another theme in the Colossal Survey, the descent of the West, by which he means that the American century will actually be remembered for the exhaustion of the West and the rise of China, which is kind of interesting. But what I want you to do is to really concentrate on these things: the ethnic conflict, the economic validity, and the empires in decline. And I want you to tell me about three different battles that happened in the 20th century that were the bloodiest, that you think rank it as one of the bloodiest centuries in the human race, okay? I don't want you to tell me about a whole war. I don't want to hear about World War II. I shoot myself in the face if I had to hear any more about World War II, okay? I need events that the United States was involved in, and I need events, just battles that happened in the United States, okay? Each paragraph needs to have some substantial sentences, and there should be a picture associated with each paragraph as well. Please include a work cited in MLA. Please do not use Wikipedia as a source. There are some great websites on the bottom of most Wikipedia articles, and so you can start there. So what you need to do is have a thesis, and then have full description and analysis and pictures for each one, and a conclusion and a works cited that tells me how you used the source. Okay. Here are some sources that you might want to start with. This is not an exhaustive list. Okay. And hopefully I will get more familiar with the library that we have at iSucceed, and I'll be able to put that on my website as well. So if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much.